What's going on, everybody? How you doing? In today's video, this is the start of a little mini-series donation request. This is for Rob. This is They Might Be Giants. And the first song that we're doing today is Where Your Eyes Don't Go. Rob has a disclaimer here. He says, I'm sure you've heard some of their hits, so as always, I'm not picking the hits, but deeper cuts instead that I think have a chance of also being interesting in a reaction video. However, they have so many songs because they are quirky. They have so many songs that are all short. I guess I realized this in the back of my head, but now trying to make a set list, I realized how many short songs they have, each based on a simple but interesting idea. So it was really hard to narrow it down, and I'm sure many commenters will disagree, but I look forward to those comments. So there we go. So I mean, and I can even see just from seeing this album that it's like, oh wow, yeah, they have a lot of songs and they're all like super short. This would be a hard thing to just pick some out of. If you're new here, please subscribe, check out my videos, all kinds of videos, reaction videos, bass videos, music videos, check it out. If you like the channel, you want to support the channel, all kinds of ways you can get super thanks underneath this video. You can hit me direct in the description. I got PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Amazon wishlist, mailing address, and I do donation requests just like this one. So if there's something you want me to listen to, watch, talk about, hit me direct, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. In the notes section, leave a link, leave a description, let me know what you want the video to be on, and I'll make the video. You can also email me at jpanreadsemail@gmail.com. Thank you guys. Okay, so I'm not familiar, at least to my knowledge, with They Might Be Giants. I've heard of them. I've never dug into their music. I've never intentionally heard them. Maybe there's something that's popular that I've heard, something that's in passing or whatever, but I'm not familiar with them, aside from having heard of them. So, formed in 1982, it's mainly two guys. They began by performing as a duo, often accompanied by a drum machine. They eventually got a backing band. Vital in the creation and growth of the prolific DIY music scene in Brooklyn in the mid-80s, noted for its unique style of alternative music, typically using surreal, humorous lyrics, experimental styles, and unconventional instruments in its songs. They have found success on the modern rock and college radio charts, also found success in children's music with several educational albums, and in theme music for television programs and films. Cool. 23 albums. Flood has been certified platinum, while their children's music albums Here Come the ABCs, Here Come the 1-2-3s, and Here Comes Science have all been certified gold. Wow. Nominated for 3 Grammys, winning 1. Nominated for a Tony Award for Best Original Score, written for the theater for SpongeBob SquarePants the Broadway musical. In total, sold over 4 million records. Cool. From Lincoln, Massachusetts, but moved to Brooklyn. Okay, sounds cool. So this song, Where Your Eyes Don't Go, is off of their 1988 album, Lincoln, which is their second album. Lincoln is the second album by They Might Be Giants. It's named after the town that they grew up in. Album produced 3 singles. Lincoln maintains the range of musical styles present on the previous album, and lyrically attempts to merge wordplay into narrative songs. Lyrical themes are broadened with the inclusion of songs detailing troubled romantic relationships and songs that verge on social or political satire, whereas musically the album explores a number of genres. For example, songs such as Cowtown and Mr. Me incorporate elements of sea shanties, while Lie Still Little Bottle suggests a jazz influence. Interesting, okay. Like previous releases, Lincoln does not utilize a full band arrangement. Instead, bass and drum tracks are entirely synthetic or sampled, with the exception of live drums on Lie Still Little Bottle. Drum tracks on the album were produced with an Alesis HR-16 drum machine. That's insane. That's definitely the one that I had. Let me see it. Yeah, no, I had an SR-16. That was the first drum machine that I ever had, was an SR-16. I had that like when I first started playing bass because my bass teacher was using it and I got it. I think it was like a suggested thing to get or something like that, so I got one. Because, you know, especially early on, you're like practicing to a click a lot. You're playing to a click a lot. Practicing scales, you're practicing patterns, like all that to a click. So, interesting. Okay, so no, this HR-16, this looks way older. This looks like some 80s stuff for sure. Okay. As of 1999, the album had sold more than 200,000 copies, double the amount of the previous album. Wow. Oh wow, they got a lot of songs. They're super short. Oh my god. This is like, I was just saying that in a recent video, that this kind of thing reminds me of the Minutemen. What was that? That was the oh, you know what? It might not be out yet. It's gonna be coming up on a good cover or bad cover. I just filmed it, but it's, by the time this comes out, it's not gonna be out yet. It will be out this week though, so it'll be the next. When you're seeing this, it'll be the next good cover bad cover, where I bring this up. Like, there's just so many tracks on the album that reminds me of an album that I used to have by the Minutemen. It has like a zillion songs. You're just like, and they're all really, it's like this. So it's like really short, like almost skits. So anyways, cool. We're going to check this out. Where Your Eyes Don't Go. Let's do this. Bam.
Where your eyes don't go, a filthy scarecrow waves his broomstick arms and does a parody of each unconscious thing you do. When you turn around to look, it's gone behind you. On its face, it's wearing your confused expression. Where your eyes don't go, where your eyes don't go, a part of you is hovering. It's a nightmare that you'll never be discovering. You're free to come and go, or talk like Curtis Blow, but there's a pair of eyes back of your head. Every jumbled pile of person has a thinking part that wonders what the part that isn't thinking of. Should you worry when the skull head is in front of you, or is it worse because it's always waiting? Where your eyes don't go, where your eyes don't go, a part of you is hovering. It's a nightmare that you'll never be discovering. You're free to come and go, or talk like Curtis Blow, but there's a pair of eyes in back of your head.
That drum roll.
Broomstick arms and does a parody of each unconscious thing you do. When you turn around to look, it's gone behind you. On its face, it's wearing your confused expression. Where your eyes don't go.
Wow. Yeah, this is some like weirdo music. How did they... I want to know the recording process, like how they record this. Did they literally just do like the drums first? Like they're just like putting the drums in and they do like the entire drum track? Or like how are they editing? How are they doing it? Because this is 1988. How were they doing this? What was this? Did they... I wish that there was more information on recording. Let's see. Common misconception is the name of the band is a reference to themselves and an allusion to future success. In an interview, John Flansburgh said that the words "they might be giants" are just a very outward looking forward thing which they liked. He clarified this in the documentary movie Gigantic by explaining that the name refers to the outside world of possibilities that they saw as a fledgling band. In an earlier radio interview, John Linnell described the phrase as something very paranoid sounding. The duo began performing their own music in and around New York City, Flansburgh on guitar, Linnell on accordion and saxophone, and accompanied by a drum machine or pre-recorded backing track on audio cassette. Jesus. I mean, that's kind of what it sounds like, right? Their atypical instrumentation, along with their songs, which featured unusual subject matter and clever wordplay, soon attracted a strong local following. Their performances also featured absurdly comical stage props, such as oversized fezzes and large cardboard cutout heads of newspaper editor William Allen White. What in the hell? Many of these props would later turn up in their first music videos. From 1984 to 87, They Might Be Giants were the house band at Darinka, a Lower East Side performance club run by Gary Ray. One weekend a month they performed on the stage there, and by the end of their 3-year stint sold out every performance. Wow, cool. On March 30th, 1985, They Might Be Giants released their 7-inch flexi disc dubbed Wiggle Diskette at Darinka. The disc included demos of the songs Everything Right Is Wrong Again and You'll Miss Me. Okay, I want to know. Through the 1980s until 1998, Dial a Song consisted... What is Dial a Song? Hang on a second. I gotta go back. At one point, Linnell broke his wrist in a biking accident and Flansburgh apartment was burgled, stopping them from performing for a time. During this hiatus, they began recording their songs onto an answering machine and then advertising the phone number in local newspapers such as the Village Voice using the moniker Dial a Song. They also released a demo cassette, which earned them a review in People magazine. The review caught the attention of Bar None Records, who signed them to a recording deal. Through the 1980s until 1999, Dial a Song consisted of an answering machine with a tape of the band playing various songs. The machine played one track at a time, ranging from demos and uncompleted work to mock advertisements the band had created. It was often difficult to access due to the popularity of the service and the dubious quality of the machines used. In reference to this, one of Dial a Song's many slogans over the years was the tongue-in-cheek, always busy, often broken. These guys are jokesters. The number 718-387-6962 was a local Brooklyn number and was charged accordingly, but the band advertised it with the line, "Free when you call from work." At one point in 1988, the Dial a Song answering machine recorded a conversation between two people that had listened to Dial a Song, then questioned how they made money out of it. An excerpt from the conversation has been included as a hidden track on the EP for She Was a Hotel Detective. In the late 90s, They Might Be Giants started switching to a digital unit to update the format for Dial a Song, but due to frequent crashes, the band returned to the original format. In March 2000, They Might Be Giants started the website dialasong.com, which was more reliable than the original phone-based version as it used a Flash document to stream the songs. Okay, Dial a Song, this is insane. Okay, I wasn't looking into that. It's still going, though. In 2015, Dial a Song was reactivated. I'm trying to find out about their freaking recordings. Like going in a black hole here. Duo released their self-titled debut album in 1986, which became a college radio hit. The video for Don't Let's Start, filmed in the New York State Pavilion, built for the 1964 New York World's Fair in Queens, became a hit on MTV in 1987, earning them a broader following. In 1988, they released their second album, Lincoln, named after the duo's hometown. It featured the song Anna Ng. Okay, but here we go. Both albums, this is all I want to know. Both albums were produced on 8-track tape at Dubway Studios in New York City. Okay, so they did it on an 8-track. I still am interested in knowing how they did it. How did they... I almost feel like I need to listen to the song again. It's just super quirky, like I said, like right off the bat. It's like weirdo music. These short little... And I mean, they're clearly like jokester performers. I mean, it's cool though, right? Yeah, geek rock. Look, this even says geek rock. Yeah, they're clearly like jokester performers. But that's cool and that's entertaining, and there's people that like that kind of stuff. I mean, they sold 4 million records. I mean, you know, in a long time for a popular band that may not be good, but I mean, I haven't sold 4 million records, so I mean, there's that. But still super interesting, really interesting. Okay, well, I'm glad it's a series because I feel like I need to listen to more. feel like I have to hear more of what's going on with this band. And we've got a handful more songs left. So we're going to do it. Wow. Be on the lookout for more There Might Be Giants. I'll catch you in the next video.